The ceremonial chains felt cold against Lennox's wrists as the village elders led him up the mountain path. Behind him, Cameron, his childhood friend, struggled against the guards holding her back. "Let me go with him," she screamed, her voice cracking. "Please." Elder Voss turned, his expression carved from stone. "The Draconis demands 1 sacrifice per cycle. Would you have us send 2? Lennox met Cameron's tear-filled eyes and shook his head slightly. "No, not her. Never her." The dragon had arrived 3 years ago when their colony ship crashed on Draken Prime. The massive creature, scales shimmering like molten starlight, had made its terms clear through the universal translator: 1 human per solar cycle, or the entire settlement burns. The colony, barely 200 souls, had no choice but to comply. Now it was Lennox's turn. The cave entrance yawned before him like a wound in the mountain. The elders removed his chains. The dragon preferred its meals unbound, pushed him forward. The stone pathway descended into darkness, lit only by bioluminescent fungi that cast everything in sickly green. Lennox's breathing echoed as he walked deeper. His hands trembled, but he forced them still. He was 17 standard years old. He'd survived the crash that killed his parents. He'd learned to farm alien soil and hunt strange creatures. He could face this with dignity. The cavern opened into a vast chamber, its ceiling lost in shadow, and there, coiled upon a mountain of what looked like crystallized technology, lay the Dyrachans. It was even larger than Lennox remembered from the distant sightings. Easily 50 meters from snout to tail, with wings that could blot out the sun. Its scales weren't just 1 color but thousands, shifting and refracting light like a living prism. The creatures, 6 of them, arranged in 2 rows, snapped open, each glowing with an inner fire. Another offering. The dragon's voice resonated directly in Lennox's mind, bypassing his ears entirely. "Step forward, human child." Lennox obeyed, legs somehow still carrying him forward. He stopped at the base of the technology pile and looked up, meeting those alien eyes. "I am ready," he said. Surprised by the steadiness of his own voice, the dragon's massive head descended, stopping mere meters from Lennox. It inhaled deeply, and Lennox felt the air being pulled from his lungs. Then the creature did something unexpected. It laughed. "Ready," the dragon repeated, amusement coloring its mental voice. "Ready? Do you know what your elders have been feeding me, young Lennox?" Lennox blinked. "How do you know my name?" "I know all your names. Every colonist, every child born on this world." The dragon's tail swished, sending cascades of crystallized tech tumbling. "Your elders send me your criminals. You're sick, you're dying. Those who volunteer because they're old and weary. They think they're being clever, preserving their precious society." Horror crawled up Lennox's spine. "But you accepted them because I was curious." The dragon rose to its full height, towering over him. "I wanted to understand your species. Each sacrifice came here expecting death, and each one I questioned, learned from, about your wars, your music, your mathematics, your ridiculous capacity for hope in the face of extinction. Then, the others aren't dead. The dragon snorted, and smoke curled from its nostrils. "Look around you, clever boy." For the first time, Lennox truly examined the chamber. What he'd mistaken for crystallized technology was actually equipment-repaired colony tech. Advanced medical pods, communication arrays, and in alcoves carved into the walls, he saw them cryopods, dozens of them, status lights, blinking green. "The others sleep," the dragon explained. "Healing, learning. I have been studying your species, Lennox of Earth, and I have reached a conclusion." "What conclusion?" The dragon's eyes blazed brighter. "That humanity is wasted on cowards like your elders. You crash-landed on my world, a world I have protected for 3,000 of your years, and rather than stand together, rather than ask for help, they chose sacrifice, chose to feed me their own to save themselves." Lennox's fists clenched. "We had no choice. You demanded, I demanded a test." The mental roar made Lennox stagger. "I told your leaders to send me their best, their bravest, someone who could speak for your species. Instead, they sent me their refuse. They're expendable." The dragon's head swiveled, studying Lennox from multiple angles. "Until today. Today, they finally sent me someone who walks to death with courage. Someone who protects others. Someone." Young Cameron screams herself hoarse to save. The creature's eyes narrowed. "Tell me, Lennox, why did you volunteer?" "I didn't volunteer," Lennox said quietly. The lottery was rigged. I have sensors throughout your colony. I know Elder Voss manipulated the selection because your questions about rationing made you politically inconvenient. I know Cameron planned to assassinate the elders tonight rather than let you die. I know everything." Lennox's world tilted. Cameron had planned what? The dragon continued, And still, you walk here bravely. You refuse to let her sacrifice herself. You face the monster with dignity. Something that might have been approval entered its mental voice. This is what I was looking for. Not perfection, not fearlessness, but courage despite fear, compassion despite cost. The creature's tail swept around, and suddenly Lennox stood on a platform of crystallized energy. The dragon's multiple eyes blazed with something ancient and powerful. I am Valkyris, guardian of Draken Prime, last of the stellar shepherds. 3,000 years ago, my kind guided younger species to enlightenment. We tested them, taught them, elevated them. The dragon's voice grew solemn. I am the last, and I choose humanity as my successors. I choose you, Lennox, as the first. First what? First king of Draken Prime. First guardian. First of the new shepherds. Before Lennox could protest, energy flooded through him. Knowledge, understanding. The dragon's memories flowing like water star systems. Alien civilizations, technology beyond imagination. The secrets of faster-than-light travel. The cure for every disease. The mathematics of dimensional folding. And power. Raw, incredible power. When it ended, Lennox gasped, falling to his knees. But he didn't feel weak. He felt transformed. The others will wake soon, Valkyris said. The colony will learn the truth, and you will choose return to them as savior, or let them rot in their fear while you build something better. Lennox looked up at the dragon, his dragon now. Part of him, as he was part of it. Cameron, he said. I choose Cameron. She stands with me, or I don't stand at all. Valkyris' laugh echoed through the chamber. Spoken like a true guardian. Very well. Send for the girl. Let us show these humans what they could have had if they'd simply asked for help instead of offering blood. Lennox stood, feeling the power thrumming through his veins, and smiled. The age of sacrifice was over. The age of humanity ascendant had just begun.